Yeah, empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
All right, you guys. I am live, officially ready and ready to talk. Welcome back, you guys, to Snack Cackle Talk. And I am your host, Lacey, okay? And y'all, today is Hot Topic Tuesday. So if you are new to my page, just know that I am sending you guys a much welcomed invitation to join my page. Okay, if you guys got a moment, have a moment, just go ahead and follow, subscribe, like, comment on anything that I have to say, whether you like it or not. I invite you to do so. Okay, I'm gonna jump right on into this topic right here. I'm gonna make it quick. Okay, um, today's topic is a prank ends deadly. Okay, 11-year-old boy shot and killed. Okay, he has been unalived due to a prank gone wrong. Y'all, y'all be careful with these pranks, okay? Because I understand that it's all fun and games, but listen, it is not like it used to be, okay? That song Mercy Mercy Me just keeps playing in my head every time I turn around. It is nothing like it used to be. Okay. So, with this story right here, what has happened is that an 11-year-old and some of his friends, let's see, this happened somewhere in Houston. Okay. An 11-year-old and some of his friends were going around and they were ringing doorbells and running. Okay. Now, back in my day, that sounds so weird saying that now. Back in my days, we called it nigger knocking, okay? We called it nigger knocking, okay? Where you go and you knock on the door and you run, okay? And it's all in fun and games. It always has been in our minds, you know what I mean? But unfortunately for this kid, that is not how it happened for him and his friends. Okay. So it says that let me get to my story right here. So apparently on this, oh goodness, every time I try to click into something, I do something wrong. Okay, so here it is. It says that the victim identified as Julian Guzman and his friends were playing a game of ding dong ditch. Now I don't know where these kids get these game names from, but like I said, back in my day, the game was nigger knocking, okay? That's what it was. But they called it ding dong ditch, okay? And they have someone ring on the doorbells of these people's homes and they run away. Okay, these are kids. Okay, these are kids. And they run away before the people can come and answer the door. Okay, so that when you open the door, it's a ghost outside. There's no one at your door. Okay, well, it was all fun and games until a man answered his door while these kids were running away from his house and he started shooting at them. Okay, he started shooting at them. Now, no one knows. We're on the outside of the window looking in. Okay, so we don't know what this man was thinking as he saw a group of preteens running away from his house. Okay, but he started shooting at these kids and he shot one in the back and killed one. and he was 11 years old. 11. And his future has been uprooted and ended in tragedy. Okay. So, y'all, like I say, back in my day, I'm a 1980s baby. Okay. So, back in my day, this was a fun game. Okay. Never in a million years did we think that knocking on people's doors would get us caught, beat up, whooped, killed, shot, or hurt, or anything of the sort. And I'm sure these babies didn't think so either.
Maybe beat up, but not shot.
I mean, I didn't think I was going to get beat up playing that game.
Yeah.
You know, it, you don't realize that there could possibly be dangers behind it until now. And now an 11-year-old has lost his life in a game that they renamed as Ding Dong Ditch. Okay. So I'm clear they named it Ding Dong Ditch because the doorbell ding dong. Ditch means run, you know. And it was all fun and games until that man opened his door and started shooting. Now, what would make you wake up or get up to the doorbell, someone ringing your doorbell with your gun? You know what I mean? Like, what would make you do that?
You know what time of night it is.
Hopefully, it wasn't in the middle of the night. I can understand it being. I mean, even it's too late to be playing these games at 9 o'clock at night.
It's not coming to our house
But
at 10, 11, 12
if
o'clock.
it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and somebody ringing your doorbell, I could see going to the door with a weapon. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be thinking it's an emergency. But nowadays, people ringing doorbells, and when you open the door, they're home invasions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what the guy was thinking. But a 42-year-old man, a Hispanic male, Leon Gonzalo Jr., has been arrested on murder charges for shooting this 11-year-old boy in the back and killing him. So the law basically states, your life is not at risk to say that it was a self-defense act if the person is running away from you. So they don't consider him acting in self-defense. Regardless, maybe he thought that they was trying to do something. And when he saw them running, he shot at them. The question is, did he realize they were kids that he was shooting at? Because I wonder if it would be a different story if it was a man. If he shot and killed a man, I wonder if it would be a different story, or are they definitely holding him accountable because the person that he shot and killed was a kid? And nowadays, we really can't hold a lot of sympathy for the murder of kids or the death of kids because some of these kids are acting out adult, heinous crimes without remorse. I work at the jail, and I have seen a lot of these kids come through the system and roll over to the main jail once they turn 17. And a lot of them are full of laughter at the things that they have done. Okay. So I don't know if these kids were just at a sleepover for the weekend because it was a holiday and they having fun and wasn't no parents around, or if there was a small little mini gang, who knows? But at the end of the day, a life was lost due to a prank gone wrong. Um, so now we need to warn our kids: don't go play ding dong ditch, or as we used to call it, nigger knocking. Don't go play that game anymore. It's no longer a game anymore. Um, there was another story that I wanted to bring to the forefront. Okay, so this guy right here. Um, oh, please don't tell me I lost the story. Lil Nas. Lil Nas, is it Lil Nas? Lil Nas X? Whatever his name is. Poor child had a breakdown because of the weight that is on his shoulders, that his family has placed on his shoulders. And I can understand him having a nervous breakdown, but also what I don't understand is why he allowed it to weigh him down, why he felt like he didn't have a choice in the matter. Okay, so his family, obviously, they have made him the family breadwinner. And I don't know why people have the audacity to think that when, like, say, me, for instance, if I was to make it in this industry to the point to where that I'm well known and I am making millions, why my family would think to have the audacity to place me as the family breadwinner. No, 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 no. I am not working for you. I'm not working for you. Okay? That is crazy as hell for people to feel, assume, think that when they family make it, then these people are obligated to take care of the entire family. Now, I can see Lil Nas making it, taking care of his mom, getting her out the hood if she was still in the hood, if she was in apartments, putting her in a home, if she was catching a bus or depending on transportation, buying her a car, or maybe she had a car already, but he wanted to update her with a new one. Okay, I can see that. Say he has siblings, but he don't have that many, maybe one or two, three at best, and so he want to help, and I do mean the word help, his siblings. Okay. But to sit up there and assume the requirement as a responsibility of his is crazy as hell. He is not obligated to take care of the family. His money is not long. It does run out. He has to pay taxes. He has to pay upkeep. He has employees that he has to pay. Whether those employees are his managers, his publicists, his producers, his writers, whoever, photographers that take his photos, whatever. He has people he has to pay before he even gets his money that's left over that is then taxed when he gets it. And then he also has to maintain his own home and his own lifestyle. So be the family, be supportive, and put y'all damn hands down and stop asking for shit. Okay? Because he already got weight on his shoulders already. Okay. Now, if he foresees that you need help and he don't mind helping you, that's not an obligation that these people have. Okay. So the audacity of this family to basically break this man down and drive this man insane, and because they want him to take care of them. Not happening over here, Cat. And I do a lot for my family physically, okay, not financially. Okay, there is a difference. There is a difference, and I just thank God that my family is self-reliant. They do their own stuff. But this young man, his whole family put their weight on his shoulders and made him the family breadwinner, and then drove this man insane. He had a nervous breakdown. Okay, the audacity. They are in the hell wrong. If you haven't done so already, y'all go ahead. Y'all don't watch this far. Go ahead and click the like button, subscribe, follow. Y'all know what to do. I'm on here 3 days a week. I will be back on here on Freestyle Thursday, where anything goes. I can talk about absolutely anything. And I have not talked about it in over a week, but I plan to get back to the continuation of this book right here. This book right here, for those of you that don't know, was found in my grandmother's room, dated back. The book was written in 93.
Yeah.
But this little ad was 1994. Okay.
Tell them what Granny did when I asked her about that book.
Yeah, my Mr. Wilson asked my grandmother about this book. I asked my grandmother about this book too. And she at first she with me, she told me she just laughed about the book. Okay. She laughed hard too. But when Mr. Wilson asked her about the book, she tried to play it off a little bit at first. Then she's like, I don't know what book she talking about. And then she started laughing once I told her the name of the book. And then she told him, ain't no telling what I done read. I done read some of everything. I bet you have. I bet you have. Y'all, my grandmother has 13 kids. So I bet you have. So, and our family has been blessed. She still has 10 kids living. So, I plan on getting back to that book. The name of that book is 203 Ways to Drive Your Man Wild in Bed. And I have made it to number 108. So I still got a long ways to go. But I want y'all to join me while I take this little route to finish out that book, okay? But like I said, I'll be back on here on on Freestyle Thursday, and then again on my regular day of relationship Saturday, where I talk about relationship topics. Okay. There was one more story, if I could manage to find it. You know, these stories, I think I'm doing myself a favor when I try to save these stories when I find them. But then computers upload and update and change out and switch over and all that stuff. And then when I click on it again, it's not the same story that I once looked up. It's something totally different. So half of the time I get on here and be done lost the stories. Oh, that was the story. So let me tell y'all to be careful with your children when it comes to giving your kids medication. That's what I want to talk about. Okay. I'm always getting on here, and yes, I talk about a lot of stuff. But the majority of the things that I do talk about, I really be trying to reach out to people and hope that you listen and take heed to my advice, especially when it comes to these babies. I'm very sensitive when it comes to kids. And if I cry on here, just know that it is all in sincerity, okay? Because I'm very sensitive, easy crier, okay? Very sympathetic. So you had a guy, and I did lose the story, so I don't have the name. But a father is being charged with murder. If I'm not mistaken, manslaughter charges. He and his wife are being charged with manslaughter charges because they took it upon themselves to give their daughter, infant daughter, Benadryl. Okay? They gave her Benadryl so that they could be intimate and have a long time. Mm-mm-mm. And their infant was 2 months old. Okay? 2 months old. And so they have overdosed and killed their own baby. Now, I'm quite sure that they didn't realize that that would happen. Okay? I'm quite sure they didn't realize that would happen. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of people want these babies and then realize that babies are a lot of work. And they are a lot of work, just like a puppy. Just like a puppy. You have to sit there and tend to them. Now, I'm not comparing kids to pets, but they get these pets and they think, okay, it's self sufficient. No, it's not. You have to take care of these pets. Okay. The only pet that I can think of that's self sufficient is a cat, really. You could put a cat outside and he can go catch his food. Okay. But you can't do that with a dog unless it's just a roaming around dog. He can't hunt for his own food unless he's a stray. Okay. But once you turn them into home pets, you have to take care of them. Okay, when you have a baby is not self-sufficient. A baby can't get up and change his own diaper, can't feed himself, can't bathe himself, can't clothe themselves until they reach a certain age. Okay, so for these people to think that a infant, a 2-month old, could sustain the medication Benadryl, and I'm sure that they didn't even give her the children's Benadryl, and even that's too strong for her because she's too young for it. But knowing them, they probably gave her the adult Benadryl. Y'all stop giving these kids medications to make them sleep. Okay? Train your kids and they will sleep at a proper time. But she's 2 months old, so she's still technically a newborn. So all they really had to do was change the baby, hold the baby, feed the baby. The baby will go back to sleep. Or let her self soothe. Have your SEX and let her self soothe. Okay? That's all they had to do. But they gave her Benadryl. I am 44. I can't take Benadryl. I barely can take ibuprofen, and it's a low dose. And barely can make it with Tylenol. Okay? But I definitely can't take Benadryl because I am out like a light. When I had surgery just 2 years ago, before the surgery, they gave me 300 milligrams, which is one pill, of gabapentin. What they, quote unquote, felt would relax me, who was already relaxed because hell, I was ready for the surgery. Okay? So they wanted me to be at my utmost relax before the anesthesia. Okay. They gave me that medicine and took me right on back. And before I could even transfer to the next bed, I was out just that fast. Wasn't even 30 minutes. Out. That was 8:30 in the morning for a 9 o'clock surgery. Now, ask me what time did I wake up from that surgery? 6:45 that afternoon. And I was still zonked out. I was conscious of the mind, but I was not awake. So you gave this toddler, this infant, 2 months old, Benadryl, that is designed for most people to make you drowsy and expect her to wake up. When? When did you expect her to wake up? That's my thing. So my warning to people, stop giving your kids stuff to make them sleep and just train your kids. If your kids don't go to sleep at night, it's your fault that they don't go to sleep. If they're crying all the time, it's your fault that they're crying all the time. As parents, figure it out because you wanted these kids. Most of you plan them. Okay? If you have an unprotected sex, you're planning to have kids. Train your kids. Stop doping them up. Y'all, other than that, I'm tired of fussing. But I'm very sensitive when it comes to babies. Very sensitive. And it was heartbreaking to hear that they felt the need to give a 2-month-old Benadryl just so that they could have sex. And what are y'all trying to do? Produce another one that you don't have the patience for. That's the crazy part. If you don't have patience and can't find time to have sex with a 2-month-old, you don't need to have no sex right now. Because all you're doing is producing another one. Your baby mama, wife, girlfriend, whatever she is still very fertile myrtle. So take the time to train your kids. And you won't need to medicate them. Plain and simple. Y'all, like I said, I invite y'all to follow me. I'm on platforms of YouTube at Snap Calca Talk with a K. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I will be back on here for Freestyle Thursday. And I want you guys to join me when I come back on here. I can talk about anything, but 9 times out of 10, I plan on talking about this book. Those cards that I had told y'all that I had got in, These cards right here, Dirty Minds, I'm not going to go through these cards. I'm going to send these cards back. Only because my intentions was to find something that I could go through with you guys by myself. And
We can go to Open Mind and see if we can find another pack like the other one.
you really want to go to Open Minds, don't you?
Or that other place. That new one.
He has been hinting at me for a while now to go to Open Minds, and I have not been in over 20 years. That's where I got the last cards from. But I'm sending these cards back because it takes more than one person to play these cards. And I do have a partner on my show, but not all the time. So I don't want to start what I can't finish. So I'm going to send these cards back and see, can I find some more? Other than that, you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate every single last one of you. If I had any comments, I'm sorry. I'm not on all of the devices that I would usually be on to try to pull up my comments. So I don't know what anybody said. But if you said anything, I appreciate you, and I'll comment on your whatever you might have said to me. And other than that, I will see you guys next time, okay? Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.